Okay, you guys, let's try this again because I tried to record it the first time and I'm not sure if it went through or not. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. Make sure that you do subscribe to the channel after you finish watching the video. If it is helpful and insightful to you in any way, or you think it can help someone else. So my name is Joy and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I have been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017 I have been helping former victims and survivors move on, heal, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So today, you guys, I wanted to talk about a quick topic in regards to dealing with the narcissist per se. Now this is going to be many different scenarios. Two scenarios. So the first scenario is going to be where we talk about, let's say you are the stepmom, the stepdad, or the new girlfriend, a new boyfriend in your partner's life, right? And let's say that they have a child or children, and they're the mother or the father of their children could be a narcissist, right? Or it could be the flip side of the spectrum, to where you are the ex-partner and your partner's new spouse or new girlfriend or boyfriend could be a narc. But we're going to focus on the first scenario more, and we'll talk about the second scenario later towards the video. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I know that I have many different people watching my channel with different cases, different circumstances, different situations. But I find that this one is quite common where, let's say you're the new stepmom or stepdad. You come into the family and, you want to love your partner. You may even want to love on their children, either their child or their children. But you could have it to where, their parent, their other parent could be a narcissist, which could mean that narc could be manipulating them, maybe even gaslighting them and trying to control them and trying to isolate them to the point where, or they could be talking trash about you, so that way, it could kind of get into your spouse's head, your girlfriend or your boyfriend's head, that, maybe they need to leave you, maybe they need to break up with you, or maybe they need to divorce you, or maybe you're not good enough, or maybe you don't cook right, or you don't clean right, or you're just not a good mom, or you're not a good dad, or maybe it's like your attitude, your behavior, the way you dress, blah blah blah. Who knows? Whatever that narcissist could be telling their child, manipulating them. And so, and it could also be where that narc parent could be trying to turn that child against you, and could be trying to use that child as an agent to kind of push you away from your partner, to push you out of the family, and to pretty much ruin your life. So you don't want that to happen. Now, if that is the case for you, one of the things that I could recommend is, for one, you do want to talk to your spouse for sure. If it gets out of control, or if it gets to the point where it's making you uncomfortable, it's making you uneasy, it's making you insecure, or maybe it's making you feel just not good in the connection, you definitely want to talk to your spouse and your partner. Now, hopefully your spouse can understand what's going on, because you have different scenarios where some of the partners understand, and then you have other partners where they're just kind of in denial. They could be trying to lie to themselves, or they don't want to believe it because they could be trying to go along to get along, and they may want for their child to have both parents in their life. But if one parent is toxic, one parent is narcissistic, unfortunately that may rub off on that child, and it could cause the child to self-destruct. It could cause the child to have depression. It could cause the child to get stressed out. It could cause the child to have suicidal thoughts, and to really dissociate, and to pretend as if to kind of to live in some sort of an illusion, if that makes sense. And so you just want to be mindful of that. But another thing that I could say is, get to know that child, or get to know the children, let them see like who you are. Not saying you're trying to impress them, but you want to let them know like, hey, I'm no threat. I love you. I love your mom or your dad. I want to be here for you guys. Now you don't want to talk bad about that other partner though. Don't talk bad about that other partner, because you already know that narc is already doing that to you. So, and children are smart. Children can see who's the bad parent and who's the good parent. Children will pick it up, depending on how old they are. Because if your child or children are young, it might be a little bit more difficult. But as they get older, let's say like the child is like maybe 8 or 9 or 10, maybe they could start to try to figure things out. But if they're younger than like nine or younger, they may not. But if they're 9 or older, or even 13 years and older, maybe not a young adult as yet, maybe they're like a preteen, then they will see like, okay, how's this parent acting? How's their attitude? How's their behavior? You know, how do they treat me? How they make me feel? You know, so parents can really get a feel of that, and they can really, children can see, you know, the reality of the situation. And children are not dumb. Children are very, very smart. So, you know, just remain cool, just remain calm, just be yourself. But again, you do want to you don't want to talk bad about that new, the ex-partner to your spouse, because then your spouse may start to think like, okay, are you the problem? You know, so if you need another outlet, then it might be good to talk to someone else about it, or maybe, you know, a coach, a therapist, or, you know, a friend, a mentor, stuff like that. Because in my case, I didn't necessarily have it to where, you know, I was dealing with a person and their partner was a narc, but it was more so that their parent was a narc, and it was kind of the same dynamic, you know. Because again, with narcissists, they have the same behavior patterns. I'm doing that because I'm trying to make sure no mosquitoes get on my back. But narcissists have the same attitudes, the same action behaviors, same patterns and way that they relate to people. So they don't change how they behave. So sometimes once you know about a narc, not necessarily saying that everybody is a narc, but it might be easy to identify, you know, a narcissist and stuff like that. So, but anyway, you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and I hope that makes sense in regards to, you know, if you're the stepmom or the stepdad, and, you know, you're just trying to be innocent, like I said, love on your spouse and your new stepdaughter or stepson. But the thing is, you know, you may want to give them time. You don't want to force them to love you, or force them to allow you to get close to them, because again, they're dealing with trauma, you know, due to their narcissistic parent. So just take it slow, be patient, go easy, be yourself, you know, keep your own life, keep your own hobbies, your goals, your dreams, your work, your career, keep doing that. Keep loving on your spouse. Be open to what your spouse has to say. Like I said, don't talk down on their ex-narcissistic partner. Don't talk down on the child. Maybe if there's concerns for you in regards to the child or stuff like that, yeah, you can talk about that. But don't be like a Debbie Downer. Don't be a negative Nancy. You know, just be positive, be loving, be caring, but also be assertive. You know, have your boundaries, and, you know. And here's the thing, like, if you realize that their partner or spouse is maybe talking down on you or disrespecting you, don't react. Just stay cool, calm, and collected, because that's what that narcissistic ex-partner, they want that reaction, because so then they could point at you and say, oh, look, see, I told you, you know, she was bad, or see, I told you he was like this or like that, you know what I'm saying? So don't allow the narcissist to have power over you. You know, like I said, just be calm, be cool, be collected, and because the end goal is truly to raise that child, you know, to continue to help to raise that child, because, you know, it didn't work out with that narcissistic ex-partner that your girlfriend or boyfriend used to deal with. It didn't work out for a reason. And it could also be too where there's a court battle going on. Let's say, again, maybe you're the new fiance or the fiance, stuff like that, whatever the case is, man or woman. And yeah, maybe it could be where your partner is going through a divorce or something like that, and that ex-narc partner is super bitter, don't want to maybe sign the divorce papers, trying to make you guys' life a living hell, you know, like I said, maybe trying to turn the kids against you, trying to have the kids disrespect you and make up all these lies and all these stories of things that's not even true, you know. So you could be hearing all of that. Like I said, you have to find you an outlet. You may have to find you a support group. Maybe you have to journal things out. Maybe you have to do some meditation, some breathing exercises, whatever the case is, to kind of get your mind off of it, because it's going to trigger you. I'm not going to lie, like you're going to get triggered, but you have to make sure you know what your triggers are, so that way if a trigger does come up, you don't spaz out, you don't have an angry outburst, and you're not kind of losing your composure. You want to, like I said, just be centered and know who you are, know your value, and like I said, know why you're in this relationship, or know why you're in this marriage. You want to love your spouse, you want to love their children, you just want everything to be cool, calm, and collected. But there's an enemy on the outside that does not want your new relationship, or does not want your new marriage to be successful, due to the fact that when they was with your person, it didn't work out, you know. And that's not really, has nothing to do with you, but you just have those people that are bitter, that don't want whoever they was with to be happy with somebody else, you know, due to selfish reasoning. So but yeah, I hope that made sense. And then, like I mentioned before earlier, you have it to where, let's say you are the ex-partner, right? You could be the ex-partner, and that new person, that new stepmom or stepdad, is the narcissist. And you may say, hey Joy, so how do I react in that case? Again, the same situation. Remain calm, remain cool, understand what it is that you're dealing with. Remember, you cannot control everybody. You can only control yourself. So essentially what you want to do is be a role model for your child or your children. Because again, if your child or children is around that stepmom or stepdad, a lot of them could have some sort of authority. They may have power to a certain degree. So don't talk bad or don't talk down on your ex-spouse and their ex or their new partner, which could be a narc. Don't talk down on them. You know, you want to show your child that it's not you that's the problem. Because again, as I mentioned before, children are smart. They're going to figure out who is the problem, and they're going to make their decision accordingly. Because again, you know, that stepmom or stepdad, that's the narc, could be trying to talk down on you, could be trying to manipulate the child, could be trying to control the child, influence the child in some way. But children rebel. You know, not all children are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Some children are like, no, I don't want to do this. Why do I have to do it? They may ask questions. They may want to know what's up. So you do have that going on. But yeah, just know that the truth will come out. The truth will be revealed, and that you don't have to go out here and make a claim or make a case and say, oh, this is what the stepmom or stepdad is doing. Trust me, it's going to come out. And also the other thing is, you do want to make sure, thank you so much, I appreciate it, thank you. You do want to make sure that you save like text messages or receipts, and you know, save documents. If anything, if it comes to the point maybe you're getting harassed or stalked or, you know, bullied, or you know, you feel in fear or danger, or excuse me, whatever the case is, you want to make sure that you keep receipts, keep copies, keep screenshots, you know, documentation, just in case if, you know, claims are made, and if it becomes really nasty, which, you know, some of the new stepmoms or stepdads that are narcs they can be very, very nasty and very bitter and stuff like that, just because a lot of them are hurt, so they want to lash out and hurt others, which is not an excuse, but you get what I'm saying. So, but anyway, you guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope that it made sense. I would love to know what was your takeaway, and I would love to know which side on the rim are you guys dealing with. Are you the new partner, the stepmom and stepdad, and you know, their ex-partner is the narc, or are you the ex-partner and your former girlfriend or boyfriend or former husband or wife, their new husband or wife is a narcissist? I would really love to know. I would love to know how you guys are coping, how you're managing, and how are things going. But yeah, that's basically the video. I would encourage you guys to please join my free Facebook support group. I'm gonna link it below. I also do have a video I want you guys to watch where I talk about, you know, how to cope, especially when kids are in the middle of all of this, you know, with co-parenting and parallel parenting. I will link that below, especially if you guys would like to learn more. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.